healthy food and healthy recipes be your favorite meal. Change what's favorite. Start a new normal. Hello, this is Lorraine, and welcome to Healthy Living, Spirit, Soul, and Body. So I hope everybody's having a great day today. As it is extremely cold in the eastern part of the country, I thought it would be a good idea to share a really good cabbage soup recipe. And let's face it, when it's really cold outside like it has been here in the Northeast, there's nothing better than a really, really good, hearty, healthy soup. And so I'm going to share that with you. As I always say, healthy can be delicious, and it's always good to build your repertoire of really, really good, healthy meals, okay? So let's start off with talking about what exactly is going into this soup. So here we go. So here are the ingredients. In this bowl, I have chopped 2 stalks of celery, 1 large carrot, and 1 medium-sized onion. I have 3 cloves, actually it calls for 2, but I have kind of 2 in a small one. 2 cloves of garlic that will be minced. 1 to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. 1/2 teaspoon basil, 1/2 teaspoon oregano. A half of cabbage chopped up. And we need the full 32 ounces of the garden vegetable broth. I always like to get low sodium. And we're going to be frying the onions, the carrot, and the garlic in olive oil in our big saucepan. So I actually cooked this recipe about a month ago, and I discovered that it was a little bit on the bland side, that it kind of needed something. So what I'm going to do at the very end, I'm going to add 1/4 to 1/2 cup of cooked jarred tomato sauce, okay? Because kind of the tomato sauce really added a lot of flavor. So let's put everything together for our cabbage soup. Okay, so let's get started and brown some celery, onion, and carrots. And this will cook for 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 3 minutes. Now I'm going to add my minced garlic. Yum. And I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of basil and 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. Stir it up. Now that will add some terrific flavor. Nothing better than minced garlic in any soup. The next thing I've done is I've added the chopped cabbage, half a cabbage chopped up. And believe it or not, even though it's just 1/2 cabbage and the cabbage wasn't even that big, it's a lot of chopped cabbage. So I'm going to let that cook. They call it let it sweat for about 5 minutes, stirring frequently. So that's what I'm going to do for the next 5 minutes. Okay, so now that the cabbage has cooked for about 5 minutes, has definitely shrunk down a little bit. I'm going to add the 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. And the full 32 ounces of the vegetable broth. And we'll mix it up. So now that I have the broth and the diced tomatoes in the soup, I stirred it up, I'm going to actually simmer it for about 10 minutes. So it's been about 10 minutes. The soup has thickened up a little bit because we didn't have the cover on it. And there's just a few more things that need to be added to this soup. First of all, as I mentioned before, I'm going to add half a cup of regular tomato sauce, okay? I like to use Victoria sauce because it's low in sugar and I like the way it tastes. So I tend to like sauce with a lot of basil in it. So let's add this. And then I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper in. I'm going to put a tablespoon of lemon, not 2 tablespoons, because when I did this the last time I added 2 and it was almost a little bit too much of lemon taste to it. Okay, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And last but not least, a little bit of parsley. So we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of parsley in here. And we're going to stir it up and our soup is complete. And as you can imagine, it smells wonderful with all the garlic and the tomatoes and all the other carrots and the cabbage and the celery and everything. So it is actually ready to eat. However, as you may remember from my other podcasts, I always like to have a little protein with every meal. So what I'm going to do is I have some grilled chicken that I already have in my refrigerator. I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to add it to the soup, and that's going to make my soup a meal. So here is my cabbage soup, and it is piping hot. And I'm sure it's going to be delicious. And one thing I also like to do is I like to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese because that just adds a little bit more flavor to my soup. So here's another terrific, healthy recipe that you can add to your repertoire for those cold days and cold nights. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe and like and share it. I also wanted to give you a little bit of words of wisdom about eating healthy. Take charge and stop unhealthy patterns. Start 2025 off right and get some healthy recipes under your belt and cook them as often as you can, because let healthy food and healthy recipes be your favorite meal. Change what's favorite. Start a new normal and start 2025 off right. Okay? Have an absolutely wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Try it. It really is delicious. Have a great day. Bye-bye.